Hey guys, I played The Division 2 yesterday for a few hours and I was thinking how can the game change in a way to bring back the people who left. I saw some people asking for The Division 3 and I thought about it and I came to the conclusion we don't really need that if you think about it, unless the game runs on Unreal Engine 5. On the old engine, it would look the same and you would get a new content that can be literally made into a DLC for the Division 2 with some rework on other aspects. It's much easier. And on top of that, it will have glitches and it's gonna take some time fixing them and you have to pay full price for it. Lately we all know how glitchy almost every game released is. The Division 2 just needs a huge DLC like the New York one on a new map somewhere with new missions. New content means new experience, which leads to more active players and people coming back. Division 2 already looks great in terms of graphics, it runs smooth on consoles as well, and it has satisfying things like character customizations, weapons choice, builds and stuff. I'm sure there's a lot of players who own the game but they deleted it mainly because it got repetitive and you're pretty much grinding nothing. These seasons don't offer some sort of a new experience. You're getting rewards like gadgets or items, but it gets old and most people already have pretty much everything in the game, or they simply don't care about this stuff because it's not a game changer after all. I don't play very often, but I lurk around from time to time for a few hours, doing absolutely nothing important, most of the time looking for low level people calling for backup or simply playing legendary strongholds. Probably most of you will agree with me that the PvP needs a complete rework because it's a huge mess which makes the Dark Zone not worth playing as most of the time you get annoyed. I personally love the Dark Zone idea and I've tried to adapt to that PvP system, but it's just weird, man. I don't even wanna know how the new players feel when they try the Dark Zone. These meta builds which are mainly being used in either PvP or PvE gotta stop. There are so many weapons in the game and they're not being used because they underperform. I've been paying attention to what builds are being used and 80% of the time it's either Memento, Coyote's Mask or Ridgeway's Pride. I'm sure there are over 100 weapons in the game and only like 10 are being used in Endgame. Why does it has to be like that? Wouldn't it be more interesting if you see people using almost all weapons and items in the game? The exotic weapon I'm using for the first time, on paper it looks good but performs like crap honestly. Why would you make an AK-47 rifle? It's not a long range weapon and it's not a short range. I've never seen anyone with that gun. Sniping is not worth the effort, yet there are so many snipers and choices. It can definitely be reworked and they should increase the damage when landing headshots without any talent buff. And sniping in PvP is absolutely forgotten. I was probably the only idiot trying it. I have almost 500 hours playtime and I can't remember seeing anyone playing full marksman build with sniper. There's a lot that can be discussed about DLCs and what could be done or changed, but let's say there are just two options in general. The first one would be something like New York, where you get a new map with everything like main and side missions, control points, random activity around and all that. Of course, this would come with a new villain who you need to take down and he could be holding a new gadget we haven't seen, and on the season pass there might be a new few exotic items I guess. The second option would be a zombie apocalypse survival DLC. Yeah, I know many people have been waiting for that to happen and it probably won't, but this doesn't mean we can't keep dreaming. I mean, the maps are already post-apocalypse looking. Apart from creating the zombies themselves and the whole animations and all that, it shouldn't be that complicated I think. And we already had the Resident Evil clothing. The bases and the safe houses already look like that, and we've got laying boxes and crates that can be looted. I don't know how hard it will be to get the driving system from Tom Clancy's Wildlands so we can have cars, cause you know, it's not that different from the Division 2, it's just in the woods and it has some nice things which we don't have. But even if there are no cars, it would be fine by me. I might be asking for too much from a DLC, but at least we could have got the Division 1 survival mode here, now that should be easy. I'm guessing you all have heard of the day before game and how it's basically a mix between the Division and people say The Last of Us, but I really don't think that's the best choice because it's a campaign driven game. while State of Decay, for example, is a zombie survival game that's for grinding and building base and stuff. Let's say a mix between these three. A well-made DLC can literally turn the Division 2 into that game, and I don't care how much it would cost really if it's going to deliver great zombie gameplay. I'm aware of the Division Heartland coming in the next months, but we still don't have enough information what the game is gonna be. It says it's gonna be a multiplayer PvP and PvE just like the Dark Zone. So the fact they are planning to keep both games alive and updated means they'll differ from each other somehow. I don't know if it's gonna be a battle royale where you gotta find weapons and just try to survive whatever it takes without having any purpose, or it's gonna feel more like a Division 2 with a survival mode, if you know what I mean. There are many speculations, but in the end of the day it's just that. Maybe that's why it's not receiving any kind of PvP rework or balancing, because Heartland is gonna be that, while Division 2 stays more of a PvE game, but still it needs a DLC with a new map and missions and stuff in order to get attention. Even the new update that's coming in the next few days is not enough, because in the end of the day you get nothing new out of it. I watched the video about it and it's old stuff repeating again. A Hornet, the Repair Trap, Vile Mask, Mantis Sniper, we already have these. Even I do when I'm only level 500 and something. What about the people who are level like 2 or 3000 or higher? I hope I'm wrong and there's more to it than it looks. If you stopped playing because you got bored, would a new DLC bring you back? Thanks for watching and I'll see you next time.